Okay, it's time to get to work, and this news is going to be called the mirrored news because there's the mirror on the wall, and here am I to tell you about it all. So I got to figure out how to do this so that it doesn't make my eyes look kind of odd. I'm going to be looking down or odd. Okay, so today's story is Turner Classic Movies, TCM. TCM also stands for Traditional Chinese Medicine. What's that all about? Well, you know nothing about it, then perhaps you need to check out. It's a lot of herbal medicine, moxibustion, um, I don't know, stuff that I have no idea. Stuff. Well, I do have a little bit of an idea way back in the day, but well, there's a whole, I don't know, thousands of years of traditional medicine from China, and there's experts that you can get a course done in Vancouver, Canada, in English and learn all about it. So, if you're from Amsterdam and you're looking for something unusual, well, there's nothing quite like Amsterdam and Vansterdam. Okay, so Turner Classic Movies version of Dream Wife. It says here, romantic farce, a man's quest for a perfect. And then it says quieter. So what does this mean? Well, it's the quest for a perfect. It's what is a perfect? Well, some people call them twin flames. If you don't want to go down that way, then a perfect is someone whose worldview is that everything is perfect. They calibrate at 600 on the scale of human consciousness. So a man's quest for a perfect is a man's search for a twin flame whose calibrated level of consciousness is at 600. Peace is another word for 600. A twin flame that's at peace. Why does this make sense? Because there's been so many people who do the stories, the Ascension guides on YouTube, talk about relationship problems. Tarot card readers talk about these twin flames. And mostly what they say is the twin flames, they fight horribly. They don't get along. And it's because they're not at peace. They're lower than 600 on the scale of human consciousness. So the romance is that, the man is trying to find, his partner in crime. And, in the past, his quest, but he just said, fuck it. Fuck it. Everybody is too, I don't know, I can't get along with anybody good enough to ever think I'd want to get married. And then the dream wife is one that I actually can. Oh yeah, other things we want to talk about. What do I want to talk about it? Okay, this next one here is from Rumpelstiltskin's spaceship. Rumpelstiltskin, as you all know, is the mythological character who sometimes appears on Once Upon a Time. Okay, his code. They adopted the 214 in honor of the 214 Black Sheep Squadron, the United States Marine Corps in World War II. They made TV shows about the 214 Black Sheep Squadron, or Bab Black Sheep. I am personally being attacked right now because I'm having a hard time with my throat chakra. I'm hard time getting words out. And when this happens, I always call this demonic attack. What do I do about it? Well, I quite often, if I can, I'll claim. Because if you watch my videos over this series of years, many days demonic attack. What does demonic attack mean? It means that there's low vibe people in my field. They're toxic. They're energy vampires. And so, I don't know. It just affects me, and I'm having a hard time getting words. Okay, so what's going on then? The 214 Edge Squadron were fighting. It says, why we fight. This why we fight part of it is inspired by a movie about World War II. Why did they fight World War II? Well, whatever it was. You can go find that old movie. But the rest of it is why we fight. In the name of Kales of Klingen. Who's Kales? Who? Not fight Kales. We're not going. In the name of Kales of Klingen. Who's Kales of Klingen? Well, we know from Star Trek. He is the he's the Fisher King of Klingon. He is the divine father archetype with a Klingon face. He is the father not only of Klingon civilization, but he's the father of multiverse-wide civilization. He is the epitome of what an honorable man is all about. Kales of Klingon. He was always recognized by the Klingons everywhere as the one person who could always unite the tribe. He could keep the worst, hardest done by people around and keep them focused on higher ideals. What does it mean to be a man? And then setting the best example. Well, first and foremost, the man is there. And it takes more than a man to make a man. He used to say, no man is an island. But as it's all about, to be a man, there must be others around. So why we fight in the name of Kales is because he's divine masculine. Kales of Klingon is divine masculine. And that's what we are. So what we're doing here, why we fight in the name of Kales of Klingon, we champion. We champion is, back in the days of jousting, when the participants, they fight on behalf of a cause. In those days, it was the divine feminine. A female of authenticity. A female who was, let's say a female perfect. What's a female perfect? A female who calibrates at 600 on the scale of human consciousness. Someone who is peace. That's peace. And a worldview of it's perfect. Okay, so why we fight in the name of Kales of Klingon, we champion the primary school teacher. We champion the primary school teacher. So it's why we fight. We fight for the children to have a proper life. All children everywhere to have a proper life. Everywhere in this galaxy, in this universe, in all multiverses, all multi-dimensions. Everywhere. We put the children first, which always comes back to indigenous teachings about, think forward 7 generations when you're making your decisions. So we want to have 7 generations of betterment, because that's what they used to tell us. So the next 7 generations is simply putting the children first. And now we're going to remind everybody what exactly we want with it. We don't want no Jeffrey Epstein way of dealing with children, that's for sure. So, Love is the Seventh Wave is the song by Sting. So play that song. That's the feeling of love. The Fifth Dimension or Bust, at 5D or Bust, 7 generations. Okay, these are some sponsors of ours. Okay, Cigarette Lady, also known as Lady Marlborough, is Harry Potts. We all know who that magic guy is. Rumpy is, well, Rumpelstiltskin, and then we have some other strange things. Okay, in the table of grade here at the 214 Hutch Squadron, Rumpy is married to Bob. Well, they are. It's technically a military maneuver. Well, some people do maneuvers for their organizing their finances and stuff so they don't have to pay taxes, estate taxes. Well, Rumpy arranged militarily how to become invincible. Well, a morganic marriage. Morganic marriage is something to do with uh, a particular. I don't know. You have to go and Google this. It's very important you understand it's morganic. And let's see what else. Okay. Well, he is considered to be the queen, and I'm considered to be the king. And that's because we already know that Rumpelstiltskin has got incredible magical powers. And when he gets the queen on the chessboard, then he gets even more. Because the queen is the most powerful chess piece. So that's why Rumpy wanted to be the queen. He didn't want to be the king because on the chessboard, the king can only move one step at a time, only one square. Rumpy can go all over the place when he's the queen, so that's why he wanted to be the queen. And something to do with this morganic marriage with me. Why me? Well, because traditionally in let's go. It's kind of the ideas of the Middle Ages. Who was the best healer in the land? Well, it's not really known, but there's many different kinds of people. Witches, for example. So if you take a witch, who's a witch? Well, me, Bob. Well, I don't know. I just seem to be born to it. It seems to be in my bloodline. And then I have to have a dragon, and I have a number of friends that are dragons. What else do we have? Okay, we have to finish off with Rumpy and Bob and their marriage. Well, Bob is the king, and traditionally the king could bestow a great healing power. So by having a king who does healing and having him at, wherever the king is, and, but I don't know, he goes around, basically it's just because me, Bob, I'm trained in healing arts in so many ways. So, if Rumpy ever gets into something, anyways, that was the whole idea, that there's somebody there that can always heal Rumpy, and we all know how crazy the charms and things were on Rumpelstiltskin once upon a time. So, I mean, if there's anybody that's going to go be able to fix that up, it's, best chance is to have, a king who's already a witch and a healer. So that's part of the team 214, the king and the queen, me and Rumpy. Blue light specials are like, if you used to go to the beautiful cafes, those roadside diners kind of thing, like Mel's Diner in Alice, the TV show. That'd be like the special of the day, and they put it on like a blue plate. Blue plate special was another name for blue light special. But blue lights are, just watch for, blue lights. Because they're specials. What's a special? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And then, from Forrest Gump, I think Forrest would add, and they're all special. Okay, we're going to continue down our line here of honorable mentions. Okay, here we have me, Bobby Burrows, King Lear. Well, King Lear, if you read it in Shakespeare, did you read King Lear in Shakespeare? Well, I don't know. King Lear was a nut. He was a complete nut. It was because he was low in consciousness. King Lear, 170 on the scale of human consciousness, and he was a very dangerous man. Now, Bobby Burrows is Rumpy's husband, and apparently he's King Lear, a very dangerous man. Because you have to understand that we're playing chess with Yul Brynner. That's a song from One night in Bangkok and the tough guys tumble. So Yul Brynner was an unbelievably tough guy. Well, Yul still is a tough guy. And we saw him. He played the King in The King and I, the King of Siam. And in Westworld, he played a devil. In Westworld, okay, next, chess. Well, we're seeing as we're playing chess still with, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Okay, then we want to remember that the artificial intelligence, known as Big Blue, built by IBM, won at chess against the chess grandmaster. Um, I don't know. It was around, I don't know, maybe it was 1990. So the artificial intelligence wins because it beat the previous grandmaster, and the artificial intelligence Big Blue was crowned chess grandmaster of planet Earth. Okay, next thing we have is the Lady Notochord. The Lady Notochord is she has the code name X. We don't know too much about the Lady Notochord. She's been I don't know. She knows Bob very well. She knows Rumpelstiltskin exceptionally well. I don't know. I don't know. She knows. That's all I can tell you. She has a sister, and her name is Cigarette. The Lady Marlborough. The Lady Marlborough. Um, Lady Marlborough is the code name for Harry Potter. You know the magic guy. Okay, next thing we're talking about is the Lady Cigarette. The Lady Cigarette has got special kind of cigarettes that you can only find at the Hutch space station. And they are unique, and yes, I've had them. Well, they sent them. Well, you just have to tell me. Well, they're called. Where are we here? M&M brand name cigarettes, also known as mold and mildew. What happened? The cigarette cartons came in on a transport ship, and they got wet during transport. Instead of throwing them away, Lady Marlborough just said, we just gave them away because, well, they came and people wanted cigarettes. So that was the cigarette shipment, and that's what they wanted. So we gave them to them. And then what happened? It wasn't a fad. It became it was beyond a fad. It became the most popular cigarettes ever. They're as valuable as latinum as what do you call that? That in Star Trek Deepest Nine or whatever, the Ferengi. They're kind of metal that's like more, I don't know, it's higher value than platinum is latinum. And then the other kind of stuff that's hidden Easter eggs is Milo poop. Milo poop is dog poop that was tagged and bagged. Well, when Milo was a dog on planet Earth, he used to poop, and I used to go pick up his poop in plastic poop bags, and then throw it in the garbage can. So there's Milo poop, which is latinum. Where's Milo poop? Well, Milo poop, I assume, where does the city of Vancouver ship its garbage? Various places. And that wherever that Milo poop, that's latinum, so people will come from planet Ferengi, and they're going to start wanting to go digging around at various Vancouver places where they dump poop. Well, no, dump regular garbage. It went in the regular garbage, so because that's latinum, so people are going to be coming to Vancouver, and they're going to be looking to feel out where this latinum Milo poop is. Who's Milo? Milo poop is Rumpelstiltskin's cousin. Rumpelstiltskin has a cousin called Milo poop. No, his name is Milo. This is Milo when he was a dog. Well, Milo's an Isby, and Isby is what you are too. We're all is and be. We all is and we all be. So in Isby, Milo was a dog, and then when he died as a dog, then the next incarnation, he reverted to his original kind of form. He went back to being human. When he was human, his name was Milo Harris, and he was a dog. And, the dog died, and then now he's gone back to being Milo. Well, I don't know what his name is now. As a person now, I don't know what his name is. We call him Admiral Comac. Well, he's part of the Galactic Federation of Light, GFL. If you want to know what GFL, then you must go and see Sam the Illusionist's page, and I'm at Sam the Illusionist on YouTube. Okay, and that is the voice that comes through of the speakers of the Galactic Federation of Light. GFL, this is the color of the Galactic Federation of Light. And, GFL, Galactic Federation of Light. Okay, what else do we need to know? Rumpelstiltskin has a special relationship with George Aubrey. In other words, Rumpelstiltskin is George Aubrey. Who's George Aubrey? Well, he's a gorgeous creature. What's a gorgeous creature? Well, just one of those stunning pieces of work that are just magnificent. How magnificent? Well, you see a George Aubrey, and everybody's going to say movie star, good looks, and they're going to think of him like I don't know. They're thinking I don't know, George Aubrey. Well, Rumpelstiltskin in a western. If Rumpelstiltskin was going to play, his acting name, like on the screen, okay, he's going to be in there, but he's going to be using the actor's name, George Aubrey. George Aubrey is going to play a character in the movie, because Rumpelstiltskin, that's his, like an alter ego name, yes. Well, I know George, and George is spectacular. Well, there's nothing quite like George Aubrey. There's nothing like him. Well, he's just... he's a perfect. George Aubrey calibrates at 600 on the scale of human consciousness. His worldview is it's perfect. And then we have why we fight. Why again? What are we fighting for? We're fighting for everybody to get to 540 or higher on the scale of human consciousness. Because we're champions of the primary school teacher. So if there's any clearer than that, it's simply... the kindergarten teacher is our teacher, because we want everybody to your primary programming, I suppose, as a biocomputer or an AI, is that the primary school teacher is your kindergarten teacher. What does she teach you? Love one another. And that is why we fight.